you got left?
Oh, we got a few.
Man, we need a few.
Just a few. Oh, our birthday. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, analysis performance should be focused on answering these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the VM affect a person's emotional state? How granting will affect a VM's personal values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate an experience with their ability to change the contents of their VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to your own universe? Bonus, how can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? I'm related to know. Whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and it runs the risk of drawing eyes.
What desktop fake?
I think it was Monica.
Huh?
A new day arrives. Yuri arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at the desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, prims to jot her thoughts. Yuri has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Yo! Yeah! Natsuki? Natsuki pokes her head out from the closet door. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want to listen to me and your poetry thing. Yeah, thanks for realizing that. I should let you finish up then. Oh no, it wasn't me. I mean, I just do whatever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Oh, why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri's too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so. Oh. Jesus, Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you got a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while, but as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. Nah. I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe it'll help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were before we had that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about manga? Maybe, I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time. I hate it that I'm letting it happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I just hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. And at least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Why would you give Yuri's books a chance? Huh. After this, absolutely not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Siri shakes her head. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to let it go, but and the fantasy has a lot more interest and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like that maybe they have it more in common than you would think. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like it first with Monica when I was new to the club. And then it was you, and now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person is being such a jerk, and if they just realize that, then we could at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everybody's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. I don't know why. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki. Siri puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate. And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky, and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of reflection and self-awareness and vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I've always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, sounds stupid, but I really used to people being mean to me, like my friends. I guess my dad, like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So, things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead. Do you see yourself better than Yuri? If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. No, our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about ourselves. That's the part of vulnerability. Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much more better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase, and that I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You are not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house, and you get to see each other every day. And even if you ignore each other most of the time, you gotta run into each other every now and then. And it's gonna make you feel like poop. So the other option is to get to know each other. You could communicate and learn from each other. And maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? I just have a roommate that I can be really hard to get along with, called Depression. Depression? But you're like the happiest person I know. I'm not my feelings. I want to be a good person like you. You're a little sweetheart. We're all good people. You, Yuri, and Monica. I think Yuri will learn that about you. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Spy series kind of reassurance. A complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it the result of her vulnerability? No. It wasn't. As though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Alright, catch you guys in the next video. Peace, stay crispy.